We're going to do just a few home tours here. These are slightly more mainline homes, perhaps, to some extent. They are in Lafayette, not West Lafayette. I'm not going to say that they're cheap. We just wrapped up our real estate review here in the Greater Lafayette area from June of 2025. And when that median sales price is a little north of $300,000, there's really, is that cheap? I don't know. What do you call cheap? I don't think $300,000 is cheap by any means, but these are middle of the road houses here in the Greater Lafayette area, but they all have something interesting to recommend them, and I thought it would be a good way to wrap up the evening. First off, we're going to look at 413 Lingle Avenue in Lafayette, 47901. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,738 square feet. Let's put it on the map. If you know Lafayette at all, Lingle Avenue, that's as Old Lafayette as Old Lafayette gets. I suppose there's some downtown is slightly older. Whew, it's hot here in the studio tonight. But let's look at it on the map. Let's just place it on the map. So here we go. Lingle Street, just a few blocks south of 26 of South Street in Columbia, coming here and the one-ways through downtown Lafayette. Here is Highland Park down here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful home. Let's take a look. Go on a quick little tour together. Again, this is 413 Lingle Avenue in Lafayette. It's got the 47901 zip code. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,738 square feet. It is, I think, a beautiful home built in 1920, and it has been taken care of. I do rather like the color palette. I like bold color statements. I like lawns that aren't grass. I know that is not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm rather fond of it. So one of the reasons we're looking at this, and of course, pictures sell. Picture is worth 1,000 words is true, and even as a realtor, as I go through and look at things, pictures grab my eye. And what home are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about interesting looking ones, and this one looked interesting. It's got some purple, and it's got a lawn that isn't grass, and it's got those lovely shears out on the porch, and it's got the first story porch and the second story porch. Got some great outdoor living there, I think. You got the swing suspended from the rafters up above. You can close your shears there. You close your curtains, get a little bit of privacy. Move inside. Look at that beautiful wood floor. I don't know if it's original to the house. Let's see. Does it say? I can't remember if this one is original or not. Checking my note. Hardwood floors, I don't know if they're original. I don't have a note on that. May or may not be. But regardless, they're in generally good shape for hardwood floors in this type of home. Nice modern aesthetic. It's light and airy. There was probably a wall, or at least a half wall, taken out here. If you check this out, you'll see this beam running here, which indicates to me that a wall was taken out at one point, making the room feel nice and spacey. Got the tile in the kitchen. Kitchen is big without being so stupid big that it's unusable. You could definitely fit an island in there if you wanted to. Yeah, I think there might have been a wall taken out right here on this load-bearing. I think this might be a load-bearing beam that was put in to carry the load from a wall that was removed. I could be wrong on that, but that's my instinct. Moving around into the living room. I appreciate that the TV is not front and center in the room. You can, of course, set it up however you want. Got a little bit of an office nook here. Again, with 4 bedrooms and 4 full baths, not half baths, full baths. We move on to the updated bathroom and one of the bedrooms. Zipping on through here, we're looking at the more unique architecture. Here we go. One of the full bathrooms. Not over the top, been updated. It's still a bathroom, and I like that. I've been in homes where the bathroom is, like, no joke, half the size of the house. And I like a house where the bathroom is right size to the house. Here's the primary. You can see the ensuite with the dual basin sinks, the modern LED lighting, the double width mirror, the large shower inside there. We head out back towards the garage. Nice patio. And this is one of the things that attracted. They've got this really set up for outdoor living. very, very nicely here in the city. And in the garage, you've got the 2-car garage with plenty of room for a small workshop there. But as you saw, you've also got the stairs that go up to the loft up above, and that gives you a ton of storage space. Or in the cooler months place, you could actually work. You could finish that off. You can see they've actually got some drywall stored up here. My guess is that somebody was making a start at finishing that off, and you could turn that into an ADU. Laws aside, and what the city might allow. You got the raised beds out here in the garden. I think this outside is very nicely done. Again, I like a little bit of pop of color. We move back inside to one of the secondary bedrooms. Look at this fire pit. You got the concrete fire pit in place as a feature of the backyard with the stone retaining wall. It's absolutely beautiful. Fits well into the neighborhood. It was built in 1920, so it is 105 years old, but does not look it. Been well taken care of, well updated, lovely landscaping. And we can see here is the layout. We come in on the main floor and have the living and dining room, the kitchen, and there's a bed and a bath downstairs, so you don't have to climb the stairs. Go down to the sub-basement, if you will, and there's a rec room and bath down there, and then the other bedrooms upstairs. So that is 413 Lingle Avenue here in Lafayette. It is in the 47901 zip code. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,738 square feet, currently listed for $400,000. And if you're here in the greater Lafayette area or considering moving here and you'd like to purchase this house or any house here, go to the LafayetteReal.com/YouTube and fill out the form. And let's go look at this house and see a really spectacular home here in the greater Lafayette area together. We're going to move on to our next home tour this evening. Let me bring it up, get myself ready. Again, we're doing interesting homes here in Lafayette, and with the median sales price being just over $300,000 here in the greater Lafayette area, in the Tippecanoe County area, I would not debate that $300,000 is affordable. $300,000 is merely the median price. So what I think of it as affordable or not doesn't really matter. It's the price that houses are going for. But we're going to talk about 60 Elder Court here in Lafayette. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with 1,900 square feet. Let's take a look at it on the map this time. Place it in town if you're not familiar with where Elder Court is. It's just off of Sagamore and Greenbush. So here is Sagamore Parkway. Here is Greenbush. It is right off of Greenbush. So it is in an older section of town. And one of the reasons that I wanted to look at this home is that it is a just run-of-the-mill 1970s home. It was built in, I had this in front of me. I want to say it's 1971, but I might be telling you wrong. Let me find that. Year built. Sorry, I was wrong. 1977. It's built in 1977. I have an affinity for mid-70s homes. This is a bi-level. I like bi-levels. I think there's a lot to recommend them. They give you 2 living areas in a home that isn't a McMansion. 60 Elder Court, Lafayette, Indiana. This is just off of Greenbush and Sagamore. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1,921 square feet. Again, it is a bi-level with the built-in garage. This one has the steps at the mid-level, as you can see. So you come in the front door and go up a half flight of steps. And when you go in the front door, you either go up or down. So there's the approach to the front door. This is up. This is the kitchen. And this has been lovingly updated. Doesn't look like it was from the 1970s at all, does it? You've got the white tile over here. You've got the double wide window. You've got actually a little bit of color that isn't just a gray in there. Modern appliances, well done in there, making it feel light and airy and modern in a 1970s era home. And then one of my favorite things about bi-levels, you can see over here's the stairs that come up. Here's the main door. So you come up these stairs and you come up and you've got this large built-in bar that they've put in here. They've opened up this space really brilliantly with the eat-in dining area and then the living area. And you can set this up as a living room, as a formal living room is more of a den. In this example, they've got it set up as a den. There's a lot of people that set up the upstairs living area and a bi-level more as their formal living area. This one, I would say, it feels a little more den-like, the fact that there's a TV there. Not to say that you can't have two den-like areas. Of course you can. It's your house. You can do as you want. I think this is the primary suite. Actually, this might be... Yes, this is the primary. Took me a minute to remember there. With just a regular bathroom. One of the issues with buying an older home is if you're looking for a giant, expansive bathroom, then you're not going to find that in a 1970s home unless somebody has knocked down a wall and taken the space from somewhere else, like a secondary bedroom, like a baby's bedroom here, as they have this one set up. But if you're just looking for a regular old house with a regular old bathroom, then a 1970s home is a great way to go, and it's a great value for the money, especially with the amount of space that you get. And you can see the secondary bathroom, acknowledging the fact that there's going to be more than one person using it, is a little bit larger. They've updated the floor with some LVP flooring, it looks like, in here, but have not updated the cabinets. So the kitchen and living room were done nicely. This is a great shot. We looked at those outdoor concrete stairs coming up to the front door, and this is the landing that you come in on, and then you go either up or down. And this is down. And down, this is pretty typical. Downstairs, you have your den set up, as indeed they have that illustrated here. Half the room set up as a den. And in this case, this is the house that has the other half set up as a gym workout area. You can set up as however you want. Big movie theater, big den. You could set it up as an office, bathroom, downstairs, and then the yard is just a normal size yard downstairs. Again, built in 1977. Bi-level, you get the two living spaces. In some of these homes, you get some of the bedrooms upstairs, some of the bedrooms downstairs. I believe all of the bedrooms on this one are downstairs. Upstairs rather. You got the beautiful deck out back for a little bit of outdoor living there. So this is 60 Elder Court here in Lafayette. It is 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 1,921 square feet. Currently listed at $319,000. And if you'd like to go see this home or any home here in the greater Lafayette area, go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube and fill out the form. Indeed, At Lafayette Live is brought to you every Monday to help bring you information about our community here in the greater Lafayette area. And you can help support us by helping you through your home journey. So go fill out that form and let's talk about home here in the greater Lafayette area. And we're going to finish up tonight with one more home tour. Let me get set up for the last one. While I'm getting set up, y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss a minute of all great content that we have here on the Lafayette Reel and every Monday on At Lafayette Live. Last up, we're going to talk about 536 South 27th Street. Doesn't get more Lafayette than the numbered streets, right? You know exactly where you're talking about. First Street is closest to the Wabash River, and it goes out into the 30s, heading east from there, out towards the highway. So 536 South 27th Street is what we're looking at. Let's put it on the map, and we'll talk a little bit about it as we do. Here it is on the map. And again, if you're familiar at all with Lafayette, the numbered streets run north-south. And south is south of 26, and north is north of 26. Pretty easy numbering pattern. You can see over here, here's this big open area, this lake, that's Columbian Park. It's about a 2-block walk over to Columbian Park. That's a great location. Columbian Park is a great urban park, if you can call Lafayette urban. It's not suburban, it's just not a big city either. In a lot of ways, Lafayette is a small city and a big town all at the same time. So this is 536 South 27th Street in Lafayette, 47904. It is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,258 square feet, and it was built in 1927. So it's 98 years old. But I don't think that you'll believe that. This is one of those touched up photos that everybody's doing now. Here's what it really looks like, and I think it still looks good. Again, I like pops of color. Yellow, I like. It's bright and it's airy. It's got the old porch that homes had. Original. Look at all the original hardwood. The floors, the doors, the window panes. Everything is original wood in this house. The windows at some point may have been updated, but the trim around, all original and in relatively good shape. And I think that we're going to see that kind of throughout the house, where the wood's been relatively well taken care of. You got the light, airy feeling living room and den area up front. Got a great wraparound couch in there. Of course, we're looking at the house, not the furniture, but it illustrates the size of the room really well. Got the attached dining room where you'll walk through the portal and then through that to the kitchen. So I think the house has pretty good flow there. A lot of people don't need a formal dining room anymore, but you could set this up in a lot of ways. A hobby room, a craft room, an office, however you wanted. The kitchen has been nicely updated, modern appliances. It's got that modern color palette that either you love or hate. I kind of love to hate it. It doesn't feel, it does feel light and airy in this particular house. I've been in there and it does feel pretty nice. Continuing our tour on through, we got our little coffee station here at the end, looking out our back windows. Nicely updated shower and nicely updated bathroom. Again, when you're buying an older house, you're not getting a bath, a master suite that takes up half the house. You're getting bedrooms and bathrooms, and hopefully they're nice. And indeed, look at this one. They have this one set up as a nursery, but you've got the original wood trim up here. It's just got the original hardwood floors and the oak doors, and it's just beautiful, just well done, well taken care of. It's old without feeling decrepit. You go up to the upstairs, and you can set this up as an office or a den. I think it's well done. Gives you lots of space. They have the upstairs bedrooms. That's pretty typical in this setup of a home. Gets you a giant closet that way, essentially, depending on how you divide the space up. Bathroom upstairs as well. Then we head down to the basement. If you've not seen this kind of basement before, you might look at this and go, oh, this is scary. This is a beautiful basement. It is a utility mechanical space, no doubt. Could you finish it? Yes. Do you want to finish it? Maybe. Some of these older basements, they're basements. I'm not saying this one does, but they can and do get wet. Drywall and wet don't mix. We can see that they've got the nice spray coating on the cinder block down here, so that probably helps keep the moisture out. Could you put in a ceiling and make it a little nicer in here? Could you put in some sort of an LVP floor or something in here? Yeah, you could turn this into a finished space. But if you're just looking for storage to put all your Christmas lights and you pop down here to do your laundry, it's perfectly serviceable space. It is clean, airy, light for a basement. You can set up as indeed they have here. They've got a counter over here. You can set up your workbench. Then we head outside to the detached single car garage. Very, very typical for houses of this age and location. So if you're looking for an attached garage, don't look in Old Lafayette. So that is, and I'm going to cycle to the real picture. 536 South 27th Street here in Lafayette, 47904. It is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,258 square feet, currently listed for $280,000. And if this home catches your eye, if you'd like to go look at it or look at any other home here in the greater Lafayette area, go to the LafayetteReal.com/YouTube, fill out the form, and let's go look at this house. Let's talk about your housing needs. Do you need to buy? Do you need to sell? Are you interested in knowing what your home is currently worth? But I'd love to work with you, love to talk to you about home here in the greater Lafayette area. And with that, we're going to wrap up this week. Thank you. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button right now. Don't miss a minute of content we put out here on the Lafayette Reel. We put out content so often about so many things, cool things to do, fun things, places to go, things to do, real estate market updates, housing tours, all sorts of things here on the Lafayette Reel.